Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. And first up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a little bit of a reminder. The Marvel Legends X-Men wave, that is the Build-A-Figure of Nemesis, that comes with Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Gambit, Meryl, Husk, and Fabian Cortex with the Wolverine, who doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece from the X-Team X-Men. All of those will be going up for pre-order, as you can see here, at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I believe that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I believe it is actually. If you want to pre-order these, they'll be going up on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toys, and Amazon and Hasbro, I believe, or maybe not Amazon. But they're a fan channel for sure. You will not see these at Target and Walmart. Dan from the marketing team already let us know that. So they will not be going to Target. They will not be going to Walmart. But they will be going to GameStop. So if you are trying to find them in the wild, GameStop is your best bet. But it is a little tricky because, as I found out from GameStop employees talking to them about the Strange Tales wave, they don't get a full set. They get whatever distribution gives them. So some stores might get 2 of the characters, 3 of the characters, maybe only 4. In a Blue Moon, you'll find a store that has the full wave, but that's only if the distribution center sends it to them because they ask for it. So it is going to be a bit of a trick to get in person. But if you're just, looking for deals on them for later on, which I don't know if this wave will do that or not. Sometimes some of the waves are harder to get, especially when they don't go to Target or Walmart. There's always a chance Amazon might have them on sale, GameStop might have a sale, but I am expecting them to be a little bit harder to get because it is a fan channel exclusive. But yeah, no links yet because it doesn't go live till tomorrow, but just really fun news. And a reminder that I want to give you guys that it is going up for pre-order. And over in Mattel news, specifically Masters of the Universe news, we had quite a few Masters of the Universe figures go up this week. From the Masterverse line, we got King Randor and his armor. We got Beast Man and like a more armored up thing. I think this is like our 4th Beast Man we've gotten in the Masterverse line. And then finally, I'm very excited for this one coming out. I'm going to try to find it in the wild and actually toy hunt for it casually. If I can't, I'll buy it on Amazon or somewhere like Big Bad Toys. Which has the link for all these MOTU things, minus the Mattel Creations exclusive one. But this Masterverse stuff, the link is down in the description below. But Roboto is finally coming out in the New Eternity style. So it looks more, in my opinion, more like if Origin was made more modern. Like New Eternity is. That's kind of what that Roboto is. So now I can have my Origins, MOTU, Roboto next to this version, which is really exciting. I'm very excited to finally get this in hand. I've ever seen it at Comic-Con and really being excited for it. And it was actually fun because when I was at Comic-Con, I noticed that they had the modern mask on and they didn't put the, more classic looking mask on his like lower face. And I asked them, like, would you guys be willing to, over the night when you guys, clean up the cases, because sometimes figures fall over in them, swap it out so that I can take a photo and share it and kind of, let people see what the classic mask looks on the face, because they only had the more, New Eternity mask kind of design. And they actually did it, and I was very appreciative for that, so I could see what it looked like with both on in person, and it looks incredible, and I can't wait for it to come out. I believe it is a late winter, early spring release, kind of in March, May, is when some places, Amazon says May, Big Bad Toys says March, so I don't know when it exactly is coming out, but you can pre-order them there. And then we have a look at some more Origins figures, specifically the Toon accurate ones of Catra, Leech, and He-Man. There were also some Turtles of Grayskull ones that got in there too. Michelangelo, I believe, and a Leonardo and a Clamp Champ were some of the ones that were available. No images here of them, but you can find them on the Origin side of things because they are that scale. And then finally we have Reburst, I believe is the name of the character. This is the character that's kind of like a sheriff looking cowboy character with guns that can kind of come off, and he has guns, accessories and stuff like that. And they originally talked about it being available on the 6th, but then I didn't see anything, and it turns out they moved it to the 21st of this month, so he will be going up for pre-order on the 21st. So that is all the MOTU news we have this week. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited about. And now for McFarlane toy news. We have 2 McFarlane DC Multiverse figures to talk about this week. One is the Entertainment Earth exclusive Black Light Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin, which looks really cool. I didn't go for the Batman and Robin toys, even though I loved that movie as a kid because it was just so funny and iconic. But this version of Mr. Freeze is actually really cool. I've been wanting to get one of these black light stands to see how it works and stuff like that, and this one I'm kind of on the fence about. It is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. I have the link in the description down below. And then next up is the Batman and Robin GameStop exclusive Batman Frost Edition. And the moment I saw this, I was like, oh cool, another Frost Edition GameStop figure. This is a fun little thing they're doing. I'm glad they're kind of keep going with it for anyone who's been collecting these popsicle heroes, as I call them. But you know, the notorious thing about Batman and Robin was their suits. They had very noticeable nipples, and this Batman Frozen Edition, Frost Edition, is no exception on the nipple Batmanness. And my favorite part is, as you can see, they are very much more noticeable on this version because, you know, they wanted to have different levels of frost. You go from like blues to kind of misty blues to misty whites to whites. His nipples are very noticeable. You got diamonds with it. I thought it was hilarious when I saw it, and I was like, this version, they're a little bit more noticeable than on the standard version. And I just couldn't stop laughing because that's one of the iconic things for Batman and Robin, was that everyone called it the nipple Batman as a joke. And I just thought that was hilarious when they did the Frost version. They're very noticeable, and they could literally cut ice with them if you wanted to. So I just laughed about that. But I love what McFarlane Toys is doing, even if some people see it as, you know, very gimmicky, very, you know, mass produced. He's just having fun, and I think that's my favorite part about McFarlane as a toy maker, is he's having fun making things. And, you know, he's throwing out funny things, but he's also throwing out really cool gems of toys and, you know, characters that we've been wanting for years in action figure form from the DC universe and from video games and stuff. So just really fun work this week around for McFarlane Toy News. Let me know if you picked up either of these or if you plan to in the comments down below. And over at Super 7, we have some offerings this week of the reaction figures. And first up is some of the glow-in-the-dark Godzilla stuff. As you know, I'm a fan of the glow-in-the-dark Godzilla stuff. I think I've covered a couple of them already before here. They started off, I believe, as Comic-Con and the New York Comic-Con exclusives, and now, you know, you can get some of them without actually going to the conventions. And I don't think they're not always convention ones. So this week we have a look at the already released Victory Dance Godzilla. But now we have him in glow-in-the-dark, and I'm glad I waited because I wanted this one, but I wanted it in glow-in-the-dark, and I knew they would do it, and here it is. And then we have a look at two new glow-in-the-dark figures in the glow-in-the-dark line, and that of Godzilla, and I believe his, I want to say 55, 65 design, and then I'm going to try my best to say this one, Moguera. I'm never going to say it right, but one of the, you know, other Godzilla monsters. And so you can get all three of these available at Super 7 right now. Link is in the description down below. If you want to pick them up, I know that I would love to get them. I'm still missing my Moguera. I want to get that character before I get any more of the newer ones, but this is just a fun line of Godzilla figures if you're a glow-in-the-dark fan like myself. And then we also have a look at the SilverHawks Wave 1 reaction figures, and I think this is the first time we've gotten a line from Super 7 that was Ultimates first, then Reactions. Usually you see some reaction figures, then you see Ultimates. But we are going to get 4 of the SilverHawks characters in the first wave. They're all kind of toy versions because they got the chrome shininess, which means there's a good chance we'll see more animation accurate non-chrome ones in the future. But first we get Bluegrass with his guitar. We get Steelheart with her companion. We get Quicksilver with his companion. And then we get untransformed Moonstar. But all 4 of these are available for pre-order right now. Same, Super 7 has them as the Godzillas. You can pick them up there. I put the link in the description down below. I think these are really cool looking. I probably won't get them myself because I love SilverHawks, but I don't know if I love it enough to have, you know, 4-point, 5-point articulated figures in my collection when I know they have the Ultimate ones. But if you're a 3-inch fan, this is perfect for you. And over at Playmates Toys, who makes the TMNT toys, we have some totally turtle radical toys coming our way. If you are a fan of the 2012 Turtles and you liked that version of the Turtles on Nickelodeon, and you're kind of hoping to get some figures. I know that there have been some people that I talked to who would like to get figures for their younger kids who are now getting into turtles, and they're actually a little bit harder to get. Well, now is your chance to get the 4 turtles as shown here: Michelangelo, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello, with their cool, weapons and accessories. And then you also can get Metalhead and Shredder. Now this, I believe, is one of the Playmate 6-packs, so you'll buy it in like a box set, and it will be available exclusively at Target sometime this year. I believe they said they're going to aim for late spring or late winter, early spring, I believe, is when they're going to try to launch it on Target.com. You might be able to find it in your stores. I'm guaranteeing they'll probably do a standard single pack versions of them, either at Target and Walmart, or just Target, because they've done that in the past. I believe Amazon had the 4-pack of the 2000s turtles that I grew up with, and then they actually came out as single packs at Target, so I was able to pick myself up a Michelangelo by himself. But yeah, this is just some really cool reissuing of turtles. I'm really liking that Playmates is doing this, where they're reissuing all the turtles throughout the years, movie, TV, animated, all that stuff, so you have a chance to get it again if you want to collect it all, because turtles are awesome. I like turtles. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked the 2012 turtles, if you have some of these, if you're going to get these, if you're a fan of any of the kind of eras of turtles. I know I'm a big fan of the early 2000s and the 80s turtles myself. And of course, in comics this week, we think look incredible. First up, we have none other than Skybound Entertainment's Transformers number 16. I am very excited for this issue because we have what looks like Devastator fighting Bruticus. I'm thinking they're going for that old Transformers episode where Bruticus was discovered by Starscream and he uses them to fight the other Decepticons. Because as we know, Starscream is a bit of a crazy person in this comic series. I love it. He's up to some crazy stuff, and it looks like he must be getting the Combaticons to fight Devastator and Megatron and all of them, or the other Decepticons. So we'll see some Decepticons versus Autobots in this issue, so I'm very excited. I've been enjoying the series from Skybound and everything when it comes to it, the Transformers stuff especially, so I'm really excited for that. And then next up, we have the all-new DC Aquaman number 1. This is a very exciting issue. It takes place after everything that happened in the most recent major DC Universe event, and it's now Aquaman has some more powers, some new powers. He's all powered up and ready to go, and he's going to be fighting kaiju monsters from all of the major seas, the Pacific, the Atlantic. That there's going to be giant kaiju monsters, giant sea monsters attacking, and Aquaman will have to fight them and save the day. I'm very excited for this. I haven't seen some Aquaman action in a while. When it comes to the comics, I haven't been reading a lot of it, but I'm kind of excited for this issue because they mentioned kaijus, and I love giant monsters and robots. And then thirdly, we have Jim Henson Presents number 1. It makes it sound like it will be a multi-story series, and it is I believe, anthology, kind of like a couple of different stories of the different Jim Henson universe. As you can see here, we have a very colorful cover with each of the different Jim Henson projects, from Dark Crystal to Fraggle Rock to The Labyrinth to even Farscape, which is really exciting. So I'm very excited to see this comic. I said that right? Is it Farscape? If it's not Farscape, let me know in the comments down below if I messed up. There were so many different sci-fi series that came out at that time, but I'm pretty sure that was what it was. But yeah, just a really exciting comic, kind of, covering all the different Jim Henson projects that weren't, the Muppets or Sesame Street, that he worked on. So I'm very excited for that. And then fourth and finally, Gambit's about to make a name for himself in this comic. It is the second comic in the What If Galactus comic series, and it is going to be of Gambit. We had Hulk already, now we're going to have Gambit, and I'm very excited to see what Gambit does with the powers of cosmic abilities from Galactus. I know the Hulk comic was very entertaining. I don't want to go into full details because if you want to read it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's just a really fun what if series they're doing, and I'm excited to see this New Orleans gumbo eating thief turned hero kind of going through his own experience with the cosmic powers. So I'm very excited about that. So those are the comics this week I'm very excited about. I'm looking forward to reading. Like always, pick up your comics at your local comic shop and have fun this week. And in our creative corner, over the weekend I had the chance to go to a convention, and I noticed an artist who had a really amazing table of paper art and other kind of art, wood, paper, you know, that kind of media. And it was that of non_Birdinary on Instagram. That is their Instagram handle. I put the link to their Instagram down below. They are definitely a newer channel, Instagram. I believe they reset it, is what they say in the description of their Instagram, so I don't know if they've had a older account that had issues, but we have about 9 photos on their Instagram right now, and I'm sure they'll add more. But when I saw this work, I went, even though it's not toy, like, you know, Transformers, Marvel, Star Wars kind of stuff, I wanted to cover it because I just thought it was really incredible, and it's still, you know, hobby / you know, toy fun and stuff like that in a way. It is wooden / paper art birds, and it's just really incredible. They've got little, you know, it looks like it's recycled books turned into the feathers, and it's just really incredible work. You can see it here. If you're a fan of, you know, literature and books and recycling them when they, you know, have gotten beaten or worn, or, you know, you're a fan of like nature and birds and stuff like that, or just, you know, origami paper stuff, you know, they had a lot of other stuff on their table that isn't shown here. You can see there's like this really cool honeycomb bee piece that caught my eye. I really love that crane that they have right here. That just is really beautiful, you know, it stands on its own. Just really amazing work. Definitely give them a follow, give them some likes, some love, share it with any of your other fans and friends of, you know, paper art and wood art and, you know, all that really cool stuff. If, you know, they like nature and birds, I really liked it. When I was talking with the artist for a bit, I was like, this is really incredible work, and they went, thank you so much. We visited a little bit about how like work and stuff, and there was someone else there talking with them, so they were kind of talking about stuff, so I got to hear a little bit of that, but just some really awesome stuff, so I wanted to cover it this week. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.